It's crazy the amount of women come online to talk about their divorce, how they bragged about it, how they left their man, how they're gonna do better, and then end up crying on the internet because they're chronically single and getting pumped and dumped by every Chad Roan out there.
I left my husband 5 months ago and I regret it. No, you're not supposed to say that. I know I'm supposed to be in my living my best life, hoe era, whatever, but like, no. These last 5 months have broken my spirit. They have been the hardest of my life. These last 5 months have required so much work, so much discipline to get back to myself. But it's supposed to suck. I talked to my friend last night about this on the phone and he really put it in perspective for me. Said the year you get a divorce was going to suck regardless. I question my decisions constantly. No matter what choice I made, I would have been miserable regardless. Life is not supposed to be happy and perfect all the time. Most growth comes from the times when we are having to do the work, having to sit in our misery, having to sit in the quiet. And that is exactly what I'm doing. 31 and I feel like I'm 18 again, trying to navigate the world.
When divorce.
But you're not 18. That's the problem. Like, these women really think they're 18 again. And now, no, 18, you were young, beautiful, and fertile. 31, you're used, abused, and you're probably a single mother now.
Divorces do not go a woman's way. The last-ditch effort to get anything out of that divorce is sympathy from other people.
Yep.
And what better way to do it than to go online and make a little crying video about how everything sucks and it's so hard. But if you look at the comment section, it's typically just other women giving each other sympathy, and it also just validates their own decision for leaving their husband for no reason other than to find herself.
Yep.
Now, this woman is 31 years old, and what a lot of women don't realize is that at 31, your dating experience is going to be a lot different than when
Yeah, again, you're not 18, you're not young and fertile like you used to be.
you were 18. And that's why it's been hard for her for the last 5 months.
I was married for 24 years. This is my first Christmas. It's very different. And, I post a lot of the fun and the good. Like, I have an amazing life, and I do. I have so many amazing friends and have so much fun in my life. But there's a lot of hard when it comes to choosing yourself and starting over and living a new life. And
is it hard because you don't got money and resources from your husband anymore?
I knew the holidays would be hard, but they're really hard this year. And I'm kind of crashing out today. And normally I don't record myself crashing out, but here we are. The good, the bad, and the ugly, right? The home I lived in when I was married, we had been there for 13 years. And it was a big, beautiful home, and I decorated it all over for Christmas, and my kids were there and all the things. And now I live in a beautiful space, but it's a little apartment in downtown Salt Lake City.
So I was right. It's only sucky because you don't have your husband taking care of you anymore.
And I have minimal holiday decorations, and I live all by myself. Normally, I'm good. I'm fine. I have friends. My kids visit often, but as we head into Christmas week, I just have this overwhelming feeling of loneliness and just nostalgia.
But I thought it was men's loneliness epidemic. What?
For what it used to be like. And it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of hitting me today. And when I say nostalgia for what it used to be like, don't accuse me of missing my marriage, because that's not what I'm having nostalgia for. I'm thinking about just having this big home.
Yeah, she didn't care about the husband. She cared about all the fun stuff that the husband provided. The home, the money, the lifestyle, the food.
Doing my neighbor gifts,
Now, it does
money.
sound like this woman didn't get the big house, which is probably something that she was trying to get. Now, why do women love money? Money gets them attention. Money gets them the big house, the car, the makeup, the surgeries. And when women don't get that, they get a tad bit upset.
Just a tad.
Now, just like the last lady, she's been out of the dating market for a very long time. I mean, even longer, 24 years. That's a long time not to be in the dating market. And just like the last lady, she probably expected for the men she wanted to welcome her with open arms.
Which is so crazy, all right? Like, you think about it. You were married to someone for 24 years and you had kids with them. and then you left them because you wanted something better, and you expected me, the guy you want, to not see any of that and be like, yeah, come on over, I'll take care of you.
Only to be severely disappointed that that's not the case. When they don't get the men they want, when they don't get the money they want, that's when reality hits them.
Yep.
That, yeah, maybe they made a mistake. Maybe they should have stayed in their, comfortable life where they had a man taking care of her and she didn't have all this responsibility that she has to carry on her own now. But if those things don't happen, then she doesn't really regret it.
In the span of 24 hours, I had one man tell me that nobody will date a girl with a kid.
Yep.
And then I vented to another guy about the person who said that. And then he told me, no, that's not true. But a man doesn't want to date a girl who has slept with a lot of guys. 2 for 2.
Lady, unless you're willing to hear the truth, don't vent to a man about your problems because...
Don't ask us questions you don't want the answer to. Because, we don't want to have to try to console you because we made you upset because we told you the truth.
More than likely, unless he's a simp, he's just going to lay it straight. He's just going to tell you exactly the truth, but not something that you want to hear. Men are more than likely to tell you the truth, and this is why men get labeled as misogynists so often, just because they tend to tell these modern women exactly what they don't want to hear. And that's why I find it hilarious when women...
That's why people always say I'm mean. As I told you guys, I get that. You're so mean. I'm just straightforward and direct. Stop being a dumbass. Right? Like, if you're going to be a dumbass, I'm going to tell you a dumbass. And oh, you're so mean, but you're being a dumbass.
and say they want real men, because real men are not going to let you get away with things. They're going to tell you the truth. Now you can go for a simp and he'll tell you you're perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. But do you really want that? This is the other reality that hits hard when she leaves a marriage. And that is that a lot of men don't want to raise other men's kids.
It is, again, probably one of the biggest L's men can take, especially if it's you didn't know. But choosing to do it.
Because they don't like kids, but because they don't want the headache that a lot of these women give these men, because a lot of times they expect these men to take on the responsibility of her kids. Now, I've seen it work out where men go out with single mothers, particularly when they already have kids as well, and I've seen it work out.
Yeah, Brady Bunch style, two blended families coming together. He has kids, she has kids. Now we got stepbrothers and sisters.
But usually these women are widows and not women that have initiated the divorce.
True.
Not to mention the high body count that she just slipped in at the end there. And here she is, acting like a victim over her...
And it's kind of telling the world that she's used, abused with a kid.
Her own choices. I feel bad for the kids that have to someday see their mom crashing out online. I mean, that's just got to be embarrassing. This is a lot of things that these women just don't think about while filming these videos. All they can think about at that moment is themselves and wanting to get sympathy and attention from strangers. They don't think about the consequences of this later on when their kids, their grandkids, see these videos of their mom crashing out. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next.
It is true. I didn't even think about all these little crappy videos. I only think about it as like the O-Fans videos and all of the corn type videos. But yes, all these little crash out videos, yeah, all your family members and all your kids and future kids and things are going to see these things. You can't escape it. It's the internet. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. I really appreciate that. And catch you guys next time. Ciao.